Wonderful, wonderful color.
Walt Disney presents
The wonderful world of color.
now from Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, the treasure of San Bosco Reef.
Over 2,000 years old.
That's what they figure.
What could last so long under the water?
Well, a lot of things. Not a whole ship, of course, with its galley slaves and sails, but stuff she was made out of. Lead plate and the nails and things she might have been carrying, like copper, coins, and bronze.
No gold? And how you say it, gioielli? Gemme?
Jewels?
Si, jewels.
There's some of that, but mostly it's pots and knives and pieces of metal.
Pots and knives? All the professori and all the divers just to collect junk?
It's a scientific expedition. You see, a few countries and foundations got together and put up the money to salvage the wreck. The professors examine the junk, and that way they learn about how people lived long ago.
But who cares?
Well, lots of people. Well, look, kid.
Oh, I see. They pay you divers. And you make lots of money at this, eh?
Not much. I'm not a pro yet, but I hope to be. That's why I spend my vacations diving with my Uncle Max. He used to be a frogman. You name it, he's dived for it. That's why he's heading this expedition.
Capitano Max, he is your uncle?
Yeah. You know him?
Oh, see, he my very good friend. I'm a waiter in the cafe. I serve the food to everybody. What is your name?
Dave Jones.
Dave Jones. Good American name. I dig. My name is Augusto Donato. Very old Ligurian name. But to my many American friends, I am Gus. You call me Gus, eh?
Okay, Gus.
Is good. Now you are my friend. You show me how to swim under the water. With the iron tubos that breathe for you like the fish, eh?
Well, I don't know.
You ask Uncle Max, eh?
Uncle... Yeah, sure.
Hi, Davey.
Hey, Max.
How's the trip?
Fine. How you doing?
Hey, you look great.
Thank you.
You're taller.
You're fatter.
Fatter. That's pure muscle, Davey boy. I'm holding my breath underwater.
Your lungs must be slipping in.
How's your mom and dad?
Fine.
Hey, David! Your feet! Sorry for dropping your rubber feet in the water.
That's okay. It was an accident. There's a dead man down there.
Of what?
A dead man right against this piling. There's chains wrapped around his feet to keep him down.
A dead body in the bottom of our little harbor. Here in San Bosco, that's hard to believe. We never have anything like that before. You say this man work for you, huh?
Yes, he was one of my divers.
His name?
Nicholas Petrides.
Petrides.
He was a former sponge diver from the Dodecanese Islands.
How long he's missing?
Since last weekend.
Why you don't report this before?
For overstaying a weekend? You don't report a man for that.
Maybe not, but maybe there was a fight before he leave or a bad feeling between Petrides and the rest of the crew.
No, Captain. Nick went to Genoa for the weekend, huh? He didn't come back. And my nephew here found his body under the wharf. That's all I know.
You say he has a chains around his feet, huh?
That's what we saw.
Somebody just does not fall off the dock with chains on his feet. No.
Cigarette?
Thank you very much.
I'll have to notify his family.
No, we'll take care of that.
Well, Captain, if there's anything I can do to help.
Thank you very much. When we bring up the corpse, then we see. We'll be in touch with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Davy!
Hi, Cease.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
You been doing any diving?
Yeah, every chance I get.
Ernie, say hello to Dave Jones. Another fella doesn't have sense to stay out of the wet.
Hiya, Davy.
Maybe you could be partners with Ernie and me.
Sounds great.
How you coming with that marble statue?
Skipper, that is a work of patience as well as art. But I think I'll get it out on the next dive.
Sometimes we find something that takes special care, Davy. Come on, I want you to meet the professor. Oh, bring Ahmed and Raoul. I want to see them in the lab. You and Ernie come, too.
What's up, Max?
I'll tell you when we're all together. Gentlemen, I'd like you all to meet my nephew, David Jones. David, this is Dr. Hans Lindquist, archaeologist at the University of Salisbury.
How do you do, young man?
Fine, sir. Pleased to meet you.
This is Professor Donatelli, antiquarian and historian.
Piacere. Scusi.
And Dr. Basil Menton, art historian of the Dominion Museum.
Charmed, my boy, charmed. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Exquisite piece, this, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It sure is.
I date it from the early Periclean age, possibly the school of Phidias. To think that that was 400 years old, even before the Argosy went to the bottom.
Oh, really?
Give the lad a chance to get with it, Doc. After all, he's just stepped on board.
Oh, of course, of course.
Come and meet the rest of the diving crew, Dave.
Ah, the cousin from America, oui?
No, nephew. My name's Dave.
Of course. I am Raoul.
He used to be a dealer at Monte Carlo until somebody broke the bank at his table.
Now he's in a safer line of work. I am Ahmed.
Yes, the terrible Turk. He used to dive for pearls, but now we use him to scare the sharks. One look at him and veteran tail, eh?
Fellas, I just found out what happened to Nick.
Huh?
We found him this morning in the village, under the wharf.
Under the wharf?
Drowned.
No, très tragique.
Nick drowned?
Oh, he must have been drunk.
No. Drunk or sober, Nick was not a man to drown. Before he is walking, he is swimming like a porpoise. How can this happen?
There was a length of chain around his feet.
Chain?
He was murdered, is that it?
It looks that way.
Why, Nick?
Right after payday. Well, I warned Nick many times not to flash a roll around town. Somebody must have seen it.
I don't think so.
What else, then?
Vendetta, perhaps.
What about the girl we saw with at
No,
the
no,
restaurant?
no.
Well, that's about the second, third.
All right, fellas, hold it. The important thing is, if any of you know anything that might help the police, Captain Malcioni would appreciate hearing about it. In the meantime, we'll just carry on with our work as usual.
Eh bien?
Okay, Skipper. You want to dine with me, Dave?
Sure.
Come on, I'll get you some. All set?
Ready?
How'd it go down there, Davy?
It's great. How are the ears? Any discomfort? Not at all. You and Ernie ready?
I'm ready. Ernie, get your gear on.
Okay, Chief.
I thought you said you were working on that marble statue with a missing head.
Yes? Was. I should get it up on the next dive.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's gone.
What?
After the wreck, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the captain's quarters. I thought it'd be valuable cargo there.
Well, it's gone, just like that gold cup Ahmed spotted the other day. I found the rocket was attached to it, but it's gone.
Skipper, you're right. What now?
I don't know. Let's keep it quiet, for the time being at least.
What's going on?
Nothing. A couple of items got misplaced, that's all.
There's something funny going on, isn't there?
Funny? We're salvaging an antique treasure. Nothing funny about that, is there?
You know what I mean. First, one of your divers is murdered. And second, you're acting real unconcerned about it, but you don't fool me.
Now look, Davy, don't play detective.
Oh, Max, hasn't it occurred to you that Nick's murder might be connected with his stealing?
It has occurred to me. Now make yourself useful. Go on down the float and keep your eye on my diver's bubbles.
Buonasera, Capitano Max. Signor David.
Buonasera, Gus.
What is new by the dead man under the wharf?
Well, you get around more than we do, Gus. Suppose you tell us.
Quasi niente. They say it's his murder.
Oh?
And the murderer is even now in this village, yes?
How do you figure that?
The only way in and out of the village is over the mountain or by motorboat.
So?
So nobody's gone over the mountain or by motorboat in 1 week.
Who told you that?
Capitano Malcione told me.
He told you?
But almost. He was talking to Genova on the telephone, and I was sweeping nearby to him.
Huh? Between you two guys, we ought to catch that culprit in a matter of hours, right? Meanwhile, I'd like some soup, huh?
Si, Capitano.
Me too, Gus.
Did Cease tell you that he
Oh,
did?
David, how about tomorrow you show me how to dive in water with tubos of air, eh?
Well,
Did you tell him you'd give him diving lessons?
well, no. He just, kind of moved in on me, I guess.
Tomorrow I have the time. I know work.
Sure, why not, Gus? Take a couple of tanks, show him how.
Well, I thought I was supposed to...
Have fun, right. You kids enjoy yourselves. How about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Bene, Capitano. Grazie, grazie.
And how about the soup, huh?
Direttamente, Capitano.
Nothing like a hard day underwater to...
Oh, Capitano, I forgot your butter.
Grazie. Gives you an appetite, doesn't it?
Yeah. And thanks. I thought you wanted me to work on the wreck with you.
I do, and you will. As soon as this mess is cleared up. Sometimes I prefer to work alone, Davy. Especially when it might be dangerous to the life of my inquisitive nephew. Here.
Now remember everything I showed you. But most important, don't fight it. Just relax and breathe easy. That way your air will last longer. Put your mask on. We'll turn your air on here. You ready?
I am ready
Let's
when
go.
you are ready, David.
magnifico, David. The world of the fishes.
You did real good, Gus. Just remember, don't get too sure of yourself. Something can always go wrong.
You don't scare me that easy, amigo. Though I did think, what is this when that other diver swam by?
Other diver?
See, when I waved to you, look, there was this other diver, but he swam around the rock out of sight before you could turn.
Was he a diver like us? I mean, with tanks and fins and the whole bit?
See?
That's funny. There wouldn't be anybody from the wreck. Do you know any other divers from town?
No, only Capitano Max and his divers.
Well, how'd it go, Davy?
Fine. How's it going here?
Okay.
Ahmed and Cease down below?
Yeah, skipper's with them.
How long they been down there?
Oh, about 20 minutes.
Did you dive before they did?
Yeah. Hey, what are the questions, Davy?
Well, I just want to take my turn and want to know who I'd be working with. Hi. Interesting work, isn't it?
Yes, yes, very much.
I was thinking of taking up archaeology. Marine archaeology, of course.
Ah.
You ever do any diving?
Oh, yes.
You the one who discovered the wrecked Argosy?
No. She was discovered accidentally by some sponge divers.
You still dive?
Occasionally, yeah. We all do.
I didn't mean to bother you.
Oh, no, not at all. Asking questions is one way to learn. Feel free to ask anytime.
Okay, I will. Thank you. See you later.
Mm-hmm.
Hiya, Dave. Back already?
What do you mean already? That was a big morning.
How do you do?
Pretty good. But by the way, he saw another diver over there near the promontory.
Another diver?
That's what he said. He saw him, I didn't. And what's more, I know there's no other divers around here except us.
Well, now, how do you know that?
Gus told me, and he's right. I checked it out in town.
Now, listen, Davy. I told you not to play detective.
I'm not playing, Max. What he saw was accidental. I just thought it might interest you, that's all.
It does interest me, but let's keep it to ourselves. We'll talk about it later, huh?
Sure. Now, how about my turn on the wreck?
Be my guest.
Confidentially, who do you think it is?
You little...
Hey!
Buonasera.
Bonjour, Captain. Bonjour.
How you are, huh?
Nice seeing you again.
Thank you. Prego. Thank you.
Ah, good evening, Captain. Won't you join us?
Thank you. Thank you.
Would you like brandy?
Oh, no, brandy. No.
Well, how about an espresso, then?
Well, if you insist.
Oh, Gus,
See?
bring one espresso, will you, please?
See, Capitano.
I have something that may be interest you.
Oh, yes.
A small collection of art. A small collection of art has come into my hands. Marble, gold, all very, very antiquity. I believe it originated in the sea. You like to see?
Yes, I would.
Maybe we can meet in the commissariato.
Fine.
Oh, when you finish.
I'll join you in a few minutes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the espresso.
You think that could be the stuff from the wreck?
It's possible.
Oh, Max, you know it's gotta be.
Why?
Because the Capitano is not an admirer of art. That is why.
I'll be right back.
Be right back, Gus.
You stay here and solve the mystery with Gus.
Follow me, David.
Where?
Just follow me.
Well, Capitano.
This piece and this big one here I saw in the wreck myself. These other things, I don't recognize.
But you would say these other objects of art that could have come from the wreck of the Argosy, no?
I can only be positive about these two.
They could have come from the wreck, yes.
Yes,
In other words, you say it is likely that they come from the wreck.
very likely.
All right, I agree with you. Leave, per favor. That is what I've been trying to convince Signor Agostino of. But he insisted that he found this washed up on the beach.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Of course it is.
How did these objects come into your possession? I assume this gentleman didn't bring them to you.
Oh, no. You see, in following the movement of your dead diver Patrice, my man find that on the night he died, he was seen in a cafe together with Signor Agostino. So I investigate the Signor Agostino, and I find this interesting collection in his room. Well, with this fact, it become obvious to me that he and Patrice work together. Hey, you got greedy and you killed him, huh? Huh?
I find it difficult to believe that Petrides would be hooked up.
I find it hard to believe you didn't know this was missing.
Well, I did.
Ah.
In a way. I had no idea there was this much.
How long has this been going on?
A couple of weeks.
When you did find out, why you don't come and tell me, huh?
I didn't think it was important enough to bother you with until now.
It become obvious to me that you have not been completely honest with me. Perhaps even now, you're not telling me everything.
Look, Captain, why would I come here in the...
Mister! Let me remind you that you operating in Italian water, and you're responsible to my government. Let me also remind you that I represent that government here in San Bosco. In short, you're responsible direct to me. You'll hear from me later. Good night. Guardia.
Hi, Skipper.
Oh, join us, eh?
You're not gonna believe that, are you?
Huh? Believe what?
Oh, all that talk in there.
In where?
I had to throw away the garbage. I cannot help it if the cans are in front of Capitano Malcione's window.
I thought I told you to stay here.
Look, Max, Petrides couldn't be the thief. The headless Athena disappeared after he was killed.
I know. That's been bothering me, too.
Espresso, gelati, see?
No, thank Gus. Augustino must have stolen the statue himself.
But how?
Same as we do, dive for it at night when nobody's around.
With tanks?
Why not?
They need an air compressor to refill them. And you don't bring something like that in here without everybody knowing about it.
You know what we've done?
What's that?
We've eliminated Petrides and Augustino. That means the person who stole the headless statue is someone in my crew.
Not only the crew, but the professors, too. Lindquist told me he'd steal dives. And another thing, maybe Petrides wasn't a thief at all. Maybe he caught onto the caper, muscled in, and they bumped him off.
They?
Augustino and the thief. The real thief. Or maybe he was part of the gang and he wanted a bigger cut.
Now it's a gang.
Well, why not?
Listen, Charlie Chan, if you keep this up, I'm going to start suspecting you.
Well, you can't. I have an alibi. I wasn't here until...
It's nice of our Uncle Max to tell you we have another lesson this morning, eh?
Yes, he's always doing real nice things for me.
Maybe we catch Big Aragosta for Uncle Max. You see them down there?
Yeah, I saw him. Well, look, you rest up here. I'll be right back.
must not be right back. What happened?
I had another one, but he got away. Anyway, this one's bigger.
Ah. I will tell Uncle Max what a fight this one gives me. What a pro, he will say. What a bravo ragazzo. Hot dogs.
Not much doubt about how it's being done, is there?
No. The question still is who?
Right. There's only one sure way of finding out. I'll keep watch here and catch the thief red-handed next time he comes back with a stolen piece.
Well, that wouldn't work. If you're gone from the boat, they'd get suspicious. Look, Max, you know as well as I do, it's gotta be me.
No. That's out. It's too dangerous.
But it wouldn't have to be. Look, listen up. I'm the only one on the boat that they wouldn't miss, because I go to the beach anyway. I could sit here and watch for his bubbles and then give you the high sign.
What kind of a high sign? I can't see you here from the boat.
The flare gun. You could sure see that.
Well, I don't know.
Well, look, what can go wrong? You already said nobody can see me from the boat. So when you get the flare, you can dive down, count noses, see who's missing, and then watch the guilty guy swim back to the wreck.
Well, maybe.
Look, Max, it's the only way.
You know something? Being an uncle has got to be a lot rougher than being a father.
Hi, old buddy.
You've been following me, huh?
See,
And you followed me yesterday.
for 4 or 5 days, you very misterioso. You go to rock, sit long time each day. Why?
Well, I can't tell you now. You just go back to town, and I'll tell you later.
But, David, I want to sit with you. Maybe I can...
Look it, do what I say or no more diving. Now, which is it?
More diving.
Okay, beat it. I'll tell you about it later. It's Ernie.
Hey! Hey! Yay! Bravo, Capitano! Bravo, Capitano Max! Bravo! Yay!
The thing that I don't understand is, well, how Agostino and Ernie plan to get rid of that ancient treasure.
Oh, cease. A lot of rich collectors would buy antiques as rare as those in the black market, as long as they knew they were authentic.
Or you could melt the gold down.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Well, as long as the mystery's solved, what do you say we celebrate with a brandy?
Is it solved, Cease? We still don't know how Patridis fits in, or why he was killed.
Well,
The Capitano is right. I have taken the trouble to investigate the alibi of Ernie and Mr. Agostino. The report is just to come in. They are what you call clean.
Well, who do you think it is?
Well, the list narrows down to 2 members of your expedition. Including you, Capitano. Good night.
See what I tell you, David? Italiano mystery's not so simple, eh?
And now, stay with us for just a moment. We'll be right back with a few scenes from our next program. On our next program, the unknown killer makes a desperate effort to get the treasure. He decides to eliminate anyone who can stop him, starting with Ahmed.
Well, you know you dead diver, Demetrius Ahmed. Well, I just received a telephone from the dottore, and he tell me that he died from metallic poison. Well, that worked very, very fast, maybe 1 hour. So it had to be somebody on your boat that give it to him.
The killer has tipped his hand, and Captain Maxwell moves against him.
I'm just as anxious as you are to find out who is responsible for Ahmed's death. In fact, I've taken the liberty of doing a little investigating on my own.
You have?
Yes. I've telephoned the American consulate in Naples and asked him to give me a rundown on every man aboard this ship.
Unfortunately, the information never reaches its destination.
You receive a message from the consul in Napoli?
No, not yet.
Why you lie to me?
What does that mean? Lie to you?
All of these days, I think you're my friend. And all of these days, you lie to me.
What are you driving at?
It was a big surprise to me when the 2 prisoners confessed to me that you are the leader.
The what?
Yes. They name you leader of this pirate gang that steal the treasure below the sea.
Don't miss the surprising conclusion of The Treasure of San Bosco Reef next week on Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color.